Good afternoon. It's a pleasure for me to have the opportunity to introduce our speaker for this evening. Our speaker this evening has had a long history of activism, leadership, and entrepreneurship. He was born in Washington, D.C. and raised in Arlington, Virginia, and graduated from Hoffman Boston High School. He enrolled at Howard University, majoring in engineering. He joined the rebellion against racial hatred in 1961 when he began protesting Jim Crow laws in America as part of the Temporary Student Coordinating Committee, which was the predecessor to SNCC, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. He enlisted in the United States military, where he worked as an engineer. He traveled extensively during his 12 years of enlisted service in the U.S. Air Force and was a decorated Vietnam War veteran. After resigning from the Air Force in 1975, he enrolled at Federal City College in Washington, D.C. to study history under the tutelage of Dr. C.L.R. James. While a student at the University of the District of Columbia, he became a founding member and first president of the Student Government Association. He was also a founding member of the University of the District of Columbia Alumni Association. He served as chairman of the board of directors from 1979 to 1986, and as a member of the board of trustees of the University of the District of Columbia from 1988 to 1992. He graduated from the University of District of Columbia with degrees in history and philosophy. He enrolled in Brandeis University in Walton, Massachusetts to pursue his doctoral studies. His post-military professional career began with the National Urban League. He applied the focus of his doctoral studies using history as a motivational tool to educate ethnic minorities in job training and community education programs. In 1983, he was named the Washington's Urban League's Man of the Year and promoted to Director of Employment and Training. In 1984, he joined International Telephone and Telegraph Corporation in Washington, D.C., and in 1986, he became an educational consultant with KJ Associates of Silver Springs, Maryland. He became an entrepreneur when he became the co-founder and the resident scholar at the House of Kemet Bookstore and Cultural Shop, which was located on historic Georgia Avenue in Washington, D.C. He eventually joined the faculty of the Washington Saturday College at Howard University, teaching undergraduate courses in history and philosophy, and in 1999 was made the dean of the WSC School of Behavior and Social Sciences. He has lectured for the Association for the Study of Classical African Civilization, as well as several American universities. He joined Redemption Lodge number 24 in 2010 and was appointed Assistant Grand Historian by Most Worshipful Past Grandmaster McKinnon W. Myers. He is a fellow of the Philaxis Society, where he has distinguished himself as a lecturer and writer. He has been awarded the Joseph A. Walks Jr. Medal for Literature, the Charles H. Wesley Medal for History, and the Society's highest award, the John G. Lewis Medal of Excellence. In 2016, he was a co-publisher of the history of the Most Worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of the District of Columbia for David A. McWilliams Research and Education Lodge. He currently is secretary and past master of the David McWilliams Research and Education Lodge, president of the Charles W. Sharp Senior Philaxis Chapter, and special grand historian of the Most Worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of the District of Columbia. Without further ado, I introduce to some and present to others the illustrious man of the hour, Alonzo Tahuti Evans. Hear ye him.
Okay, I'm not him. Sorry. He's going to come up in a second. I got to tell you, you all are in for a treat. But before I bring him up, I'm a little bit of a history aficionado myself a little bit. Did y'all know that on this day, back in 1992, that Alex Haley died? Anybody was alive during Roots when it came out? Okay, I wasn't, so, you know. Anyway, this is a real interesting fact, right? Okay. All right, so next up, we're going to have the Howard University Wind Symphony perform another number for us, and then we're going to have our oration by Mr. Alonzo Tahuti Evans. Give him a hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to need a couple of minutes to refigure the stage. The next piece requires a piano, and we're going to take a minute or two and move that piano into position. Please give us a minute. Ensemble normally gives a formal 2-hour concert, and Mr. Washington needs time. He allows me to tell jokes. After the last concert, he said, Ed, there are 10,000 comedians out of work. And now there's 10,001. Lullaby by Eric Whitaker. Seal Lullaby, an original choral selection, was composed for a proposed animated movie that ultimately was not made. The story is based on a tale by Rudyard Kipling, which begins with this poem, sung softly by a mother seal to her pup. Oh, hush thee, my baby, the night is behind us, and black are the waters that sparkle so green. Ladies and gentlemen, see a lullaby, Eric Whitaker.